Hello coders, Deepak Rattan here from Coders Pathshala. So in our previous lecture we have discussed theoretically about access modifiers in Java. Now in this video I'm going to implement the concept of access modifier using a Java program. So let us start with it. So as you know that I'm using Eclipse for programming practice of Java. Okay, so let us create a new class. Okay, so suppose the name of the class is access modifier demo. Access modifier demo. Okay, and suppose the package is my access modifier. Yes, it will be the class containing the main method. So I'm selecting the main method. Finish. Okay, now inside this package, so let me again create the rectangle class, and using this rectangle class I will explain you the use of access modifier in Java. So let me create class rectangle int length int breadth. So again these are nothing but the field declaration. So field declarations. Okay, so these are my two properties, or we can say the fields or data members. And let me define one method like void show and sysout control spacebar length is equal to plus length let me copy this. Okay, then breadth is equal to breadth. Then command shift F for code formatting. We are familiar with these things as we have already discussed the concept of class and object in our previous lecture. Okay, so we are trying to understand the concept of access specifier. So let me make it public first. Okay, suppose length is equal to public. Now let us try to access the member of rectangle class inside another class, that is access modifier. So we know that these two are different classes, right? So first of all I have to create object of rectangle class, and for that I have to use like this rectangle r is equal to new rectangle, right? Now in order to access, let us try to access length here. So r dot length is equal to 10. Command shift F. So as you can see that I'm not getting any error here, means the public field of rectangle class is accessible. So I'm accessing public field of rectangle class. So as we know that public members are accessible to all. Rectangle is a class, its public member is accessible to access modifier demo. It is again a different class. So I think this concept is clear now. Now second is like default. So default means like int breadth is here. We are not specifying any access specifier here. or any access modifier here. So it means it is having default access, or default access modifier is being used here. So we know that if we are not specifying any access modifier for any member, so it is understood that it will be a default access modifier, means package access. Okay, so again, default member is accessible to other classes in the same package. So these two classes, one is rectangle, second is access modifier demo, these two classes are inside the same package by access modifier. This is the name of the package, so it should always be accessible. So again, like this, breadth is equal to 20. So we are able to accessing default field of rectangle class. Right, default access specifier, right, or default access modifier field, right? So we are able to, so how to check it? So let me use our .show method. Now if I run the code, we are getting the output length is equal to 10 and breadth is equal to 20. So we are able to understand that inside rectangle class I have used one field as public. Length is public and breadth is having default access modifier, means package access. So I am able to access length here inside another class, and again I am able to access breadth inside another class of the same package. Now let me change it to private. Now you can see here, as I have changed the access modifier of length to private, it is giving me an error here. What does it mean? It says that it is not visible. Why? Because we know that private members are accessible inside the class only, and again it is a better programming practice to make field as private. Now the thing is how to access the field of a class or the private field of a class inside another class. So for that, this can be done. Yes, we can do this. So for that, what we can do is we can take the help of either we can use constructor or we can use any method. Suppose I am creating a method like set void set length, void set length, and here I am passing here length like int l and supplying here length is equal to l. And most of the time this is again a good programming practice to make the method public, and here again I can use it public, right? So this is a public method. So public means visible to all. We cannot directly access the private field of a class, but we can access it using a public method. So let me make it command, because this cannot be done now. So for that I have to use the method r dot, you can see here set length. So you can find it here, so it means it is accessible. So set length, and suppose I am setting here 100, suppose. So again command shift F code formatting, so it is not giving me any error. And if I run the code, see length is equal to 100 and breadth is equal to 20. So this is how we are accessible, how we are accessing a private field of a class using public method of that class inside another class. So to access this private field, I have created a public method that is doing the work of initialization for me, and I'm calling this method set length here inside another class. So this is how we are dealing with private member, right? And suppose if I change it to protected, so again it is not giving me any problem. Why? Because see, protected member are accessible inside the subclass point 1 and point 2 inside any other class of the same package. So we will discuss the concept of inheritance later. So as of now, just try to understand it with the use of same package. So why this breadth is being accessible inside this class? Because these two classes inside the same package, that's why it is accessible here and is not giving me any problem, right? So we are getting length as 100 and breadth as 20. Okay, so coders, in this video we are able to understand how we are dealing with access modifiers in Java, and this is again the practical aspect we have done using a suitable Java program. Hope you will be able to understand the concept of access modifier. So we will meet again with a new video. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.